चला रहा है.
Mute हो गया है. So we have discussed the 4 type of strategic control. So we discussed yesterday about the different strategic control means when you implement the plan or strategy which we have decided. So you formulate the strategy. As I told you, in our country, we follow the financial year system. So for the long-term strategy, we talk about 5-year strategy. But for objectives, yearly objective, we decide during December to March that what is the next year objective. So we decide on a strategy formulation, and then we do the strategic implementation, and we do different type of control when we implement the strategy. So if you look at the different type of control, so there are 4 type of strategic control. One is the premise control, second is the implementation control, third is strategic surveillance, fourth is special alert control. So what is premise control? Premise means होता है assumptions. So आप कुछ ना कुछ assumptions लेते हैं जब आप अपनी strategy को decide करते हैं कि ये मेरी industry है, इतने % से grow करेगी, या मैं कोई नया product launch करूंगा this year, and this is the growth which I will get, or I will expand, or I will diversify. So this is a assumption based on the thing you decide your growth factor. Like environmental factor are also into this premise, that this is the rate of income tax which will be having, so our profit will be dependent on the income tax. So environmental factor, legal factor, industry factor, whether industry is showing any favorable, like for example last year automobile industry was going through a lot of hurdles, so their sales has been impacted. Okay, so when their sales has been affected, it was an industry related to the automobile. So you need to understand this is premise control based on the assumptions. So you take all those assumptions in mind when you are implementing on the ground. Now the second thing is strategic surveillance. Surveillance का मतलब होता है कड़ी नजर रखना चीजों पर. So you just like we are being told to remain in the home, and there is a police outside who is doing round duty that nobody is violating that law. So that is the surveillance by the police. Similarly, when you have certain strategy, when you have certain plan in place, then there should be proper surveillance in the sense vigilant. Top management and middle management managers are vigilant whether we are actually following that rule or not, and so that you will control and you will keep eye what is happening when you are implementing your objective or plans, right? So अगर ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आपने plan बनाया and then your top management just keep quiet. So generally they have to monitor the plan versus actual performance. So actual performance का मतलब होता है कि आपके different department को जो आपने target दिए हैं, whether they are following those targets on time. If there is a problem, there is a challenge, then you should know. So what we will discuss different type of surveillance method, or how different organization solve those challenges. Okay, special alert control means when you have different type of special situations wherein those situation no company actually predict that kind of situation. So as I given you yesterday also the example of current situation wherein all the factories has been stopped except the essential items, all the demand of sanitizer has been increased, all the food item demand has been suddenly peaked. So there are different type of demand and supply challenges which every company is facing, right? All the banks are almost closed. So all these situation nobody anticipate. So that are the special alert wherein you often rapid reconsideration of the firm strategy. So अब सारी companies को वापस से brainstorm करना पड़ेगा कि ये crisis आ गया है. As you see, there is a crisis team contingency plan. मैंने आपको कल भी एक एग्जाम्पल दिया था कि जितने भी होम डिलीवरी या ई कॉमर्स प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं, दे आर गेटिंग सर्ज इन द orders. So there is a contingency. What is their contingency? So again, the Amazon, there is a news that Amazon is hiring temporary employees. Groffer and Milk Basket are unable to fulfill the orders. So that's very, very important that these things are, when these things or these challenges come, we should get together and we should have a plan in place, and we should reconsider our strategy and how these sudden changes in the environment can be handled properly. तो ये भी implementation control का एक part है. Now we'll come to the next implementation control. So monitoring implementation control is designed. Overall strategy should be changed in the light of result associated with the incremental action that implement overall strategy. So implementation control itself is a very important that you should keep eye and monitor strategy